Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kelly Top Notch Buchanan, and you're right here at the Top Notch Experience. And we're at the SUSIE BRANNON McJIMPSEY Center with our good friend Dr. Bailey. How you doing, good brother?
Doing great.
Wonderful, wonderful. This place is amazing. And you was telling us a story of how you found this place. Can you get into that for us?
Yeah, you know, this building came about because I was trying to find Miss Peggy Williams, who taught tab ballet and jazz for years. She had a studio over on Buchanan,
right,
and she got cheated out of it. And so we were looking for her a place to continue it. I had a little foster child that I wanted to continue tab ballet and jazz, so we found this building.
Right.
But it was condemned. I mean, it was truly messed up. Sam Coleman had it as a rooming house, and he had this thing chopped up into, oh gosh, 28 rooms.
Wow. Because
I was looking for a cousin of mine one time, and we didn't know where he was or anything. And we found out this is where he was living in here.
Wow.
Because a lot of the people had drugs and drug problems and all kind of problems.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so we got a friend of mine, Maurice Ridley, and we said, Maurice, I need you to look at this building to see if it's habitable.
Right.
And he came in, he looked around and said, man, it's bad. he said, but I can get this back where it's usable.
It's beautiful.
And he got in here and got it to where it looks like now. And so we decided, my wife's mother had died by then. Mm-hmm. And so we said, okay, let's not just have it as a dance studio, let's have it as a center for the public to use.
Exactly.
Let's call it the SUSIE BRANNON McJIMPSEY Center, and that's how it got its name.
That is amazing. And it's such a beautiful facility. And later on in the show, he's going to take us around and show us the facility. So I can't wait to see that. Now, what are some of the practices that you guys teach here at the center?
The main thing I want to teach, it's not only, but especially to black kids.
Yes, sir.
How not to let their blackness accent them. I need your name to accent your blackness. In other words, Fred Bailey is very proud to be a black man, but my blackness can do nothing for me. Fred Bailey accent his blackness.
That's right, that's right.
And that's what I need these kids to understand. And so the way we do that is to get them in here and get them out of their blackness. I want you into your name. Because when you go out here to sign an application for a job or school, you don't sign black.
That's right.
You sign a name.
That's
so
right.
We got to build a character and a reputation for that name.
Build your name.
And that's what we do. So we do not indoctrinate here. We
educate.
Right.
Educate. That's right. That is beautiful. And then
and we do it with the day usually go. We have what we call Saturday school.
Yes.
The day usually go when Mr. Brax used to teach our chess class.
Yeah.
He's at Howard now.
Okay.
Working on a PhD.
Right.
But usually from 9 to 10 was chess class.
Wow.
10 to 11 is Spanish.
Yes.
11 to 12 math. 12 to 1 I teach civics, because the reason I wanted to teach the civics because I'm an American, and I will never leave this country. This is my country. Amen. But this country got a hell of a lot of problems.
It sure does.
And the way it maintains itself is by keeping us at each other's throats. So I'm having to make sure that the black kids understand, number one, historically, your people have been treated terribly. You do not have the right to say anything bad to each other, to treat each other badly. You should hug and embrace every black person you ever come in contact with.
Awesome. Now, one thing you was talking about too earlier before we got started, which I thought was wonderful, was the black father. And how you was talking about your father, and how I was telling you stories about my father, and how they instill certain values in us that are missing. Can you get into that?
Okay, I'm the 10th of 15 kids.
Oh, Lord,
that's a bunch of kids.
Lord have mercy.
But we sharecropped on this man's farm. They didn't know I was blind till like 3rd grade.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's blind too, y'all. We didn't. If you didn't know,
they didn't know I was blind like that because I was good. I was good at adapting and adjusting.
That's right.
You know, I knew when you hear that water fountain, my class moved right past that water fountain. So, you know, when the teacher would write something on the board, spell it Bailey. Well, man, I didn't know to say I'm blind. I just didn't say anything. So they just thought I was dumb.
Right.
I went to school one of those days. I mean, where we lived, you had to walk it was about a mile just to get to the bus.
Yeah.
And we were glad to miss it because we didn't have nice clothes and we didn't have lunch money and it was bad.
Right. I get it.
But anyway, my life took off. One day I went to school, and this was Union Elementary. I'm gonna name the school, Union Elementary in Gallatin, Tennessee. I ran into Vivian Hayes with a music teacher. Man, I was coming down the hall, and I guess she was coming out of her room just as I was. Man, I ran into. Man, we're talking about 1961, 62, when teachers would literally beat you to death.
Yeah, exactly, for real.
Yeah, some of my teachers up there, man, had a paddle and a strap.
I know that's right.
I think they were using both of them at the same time. But anyway, this woman had me in there. She was a tall lady. Hit him in the collar. She was walking me down the hall, and she was, boy, you either better be blind or else. Well, man, I didn't know anything about what she was talking about. But my daddy, my mama, nobody ever said anything about blind.
Right.
Anyway, then B.J. Hall was the principal then. And not Professor Hall, Fessor Hall, what we call it. You know. Man, he was, you could hear him beating kids. What's wrong with you, boy? Man, I'm not opening my mouth. I'm not saying anything. So his wife was kind of like the guidance counselor, and they took me to a doctor in Nashville, and I remember Dr. Forrester.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm sitting here in this chair, man, and I'm scared to death now. I mean, and he shuffling his papers, and he finally put them down.
Wow.
He said, son, you got a problem that we're just now learning about.
Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
We got to go to a commercial. Okay. We'll be right back, and we're going to pick up right where you left off with this story. This is amazing. They didn't know he was blind. Nobody knew he was blind, is what you're saying. We'll be right back with more of this. This is a top-notch experience, y'all. Let's go.
Walk the water on my skin. Lead the darkness, play my sin. Burn the crosses in my mind. Lead me down the darker side. I see an angel. Shoot the sky through the dark night. You're burning wide. Hold the crosses to my face, down my head in shame's disgrace. Holy waters on my skin. ground again. I see an angel shoot the sky through the dark night. You're burning white. Shoot the sky through the dark night. You're burning wild.
T2 Media, everybody. T2 Media, everybody.